I love you. Oh, welcome back, Couch Potatoes. This is the Green and Faceless show. We are...
you took it.
No, I changed the whole title and everything, too.
Everything. What are you doing?
No. I didn't have anything planned. That's what I'm doing. I'm stealing. That's what I do. Oh, no, my eyes. Not the bees. Not the bees. My eyes. I am the Green Traveler from Gorsh. I
am Beezus, and I've come with the royal honey to spread it among all my lovely, lovely daughters.
Well,
no sons.
Consider me Pooh, and I'm coming in to steal all of that lovely, lovely honey.
Buzzy. I'm the Faceless Leon. Welcome to Green and Faceless on the Couch. This is the Nick Cage playlist. You thought we were talking about something else, didn't you?
Yeah, you thought we were talking about the B movie.
Because you clicked on this episode. We're talking about the Wicker Man.
Hey, we're just giving the exact same performance almost every single actor in this movie gave, except for Nick Cage. No offense to everybody in this movie, but there wasn't much excitement. I don't think anybody cared.
What? Okay, you're saying that you don't think anybody cared. I actually thought it wasn't bad. It felt like maybe they rushed through the scenes. Maybe. Who directed this?
It is directed by Neil LaBute.
All right, I didn't need to hear the last name. So the problem was, had this man in the 90s just ended, right?
Yeah, it's mid 2000s. It was remade in 2006.
You're right.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Still, you got this man who has this script with basically only women.
He wrote it too. Yep.
Well, I applaud him for that, but I do feel that perhaps if this was in the hands of a woman, that everything would have come across better. Because I think story-wise, interesting story.
It's not technically his story. It's
not, because it was a 1973 movie.
Yeah, and it's also based off of a novel even earlier than that, back in the 50s. The novel is called Ritual. I don't remember who wrote it. But it's called Ritual. I could look that up real quick.
Okay.
I have this ability. I keep forgetting that. I have a new computer and I can do this. David Penner. David Penner's Ritual. And it was not in the 50s. It was 1967.
So I have to... I didn't dislike everyone's performance. I don't know. It didn't... there was something off about the performance, but I felt that added to the atmosphere of what was going on.
Yeah, I don't know.
This is just me. Perhaps.
Yeah, I feel like
it has a 13 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say it is just you, I think, but like because most people feel that this movie is like very misguided. Feels like the directing isn't there. It feels like nobody cared. Everybody's kind of just there for. Yeah, everybody's just kind of there for a paycheck, except for Nick Cage. Nick Cage is the only one bringing all the crazy. And I think that's another thing, is I think everybody might have just been intimidated by Nick Cage's level of, like, just going for it. Just
maybe
acting like he's going insane.
There was a handful of the sisters that I really thought did a great job. Like Sister Honey. Some of the names, because they fit what they wanted to do with the character. Sister Honey, played by Lily Sobieski. I apologize if that's not how you say your name. I must have seen you in other movies growing up, but I can't remember what they were.
Yeah.
I'll look it up real quick.
Yeah, while you're doing that, the one I did enjoy was a very young Frances Conroy. She plays Dr. T.H. Moss on the island. And it's the lady from American Horror Story and a lot of other stuff. The redhead maid in the first season of American Horror Story. Like, I just love her as an actor, and she's doing pretty fine here. I mean, I say everybody's doing bad. It's not that everybody's doing bad. It's more like nobody gave a damn about the story. Because
Jungle, that's what it is.
What was it?
Jungle to Jungle. It was 97 movie with Tim Allen that we watched quite a lot. She was the love interest for the teenage boy.
Yeah. Well, I guess we should probably before I specifically continue crapping all over this movie. Let's summarize what's going on. Let's give a brief synopsis.
All right.
Nick Cage is a cop. At the beginning, he is on a motorcycle driving. Yeah, sorry, he had a name. Okay.
Yes, he did have a name. Yeah, it wasn't Nick.
It wasn't Nick, really. It was Sir.
They call him Ed, Eddie.
Okay.
I think one asshole calls him Eduardo. No, I don't think that happens.
At the beginning, he's on his bike. He's just driving the empty roads out west. And, I don't remember where he's stationed, honestly. Like, it doesn't matter.
He's a highway patrol officer. He's on a bike.
Yeah. Yeah, and he pulls this... They have this hilarious, long montage scene of him just pulling people over, giving tickets out. He walks up to an abandoned car and puts a ticket on it. And it's just a bunch of dumb stuff like that. But he pulls over this mom who's got her young daughter in the back seat. Mm-hmm. And the mom is apologizing for her daughter's attitude because her daughter is screaming and throwing a fit. She throws her doll out the window. Nick picks it up, brings it back to him, and then she does it again. After they talk for a little bit, she throws it right back out the window. And he's like, "Oh, don't worry, I'll get it." And you saw earlier, this is beautiful directing by Neil. You saw before that scene, a big semi went by. So it's foreshadowing. It's like, oh, he's probably going to get hit by a semi. He's going to go out in the middle of the road. Oh, no. No. The car gets hit with the girl. But she's still alive, apparently. I'm sorry. It's silly. The semi's going fast.
I think that they might be different children.
Well, he specifically sees her in the car sit up. And he's trying to punch the glass out because it's like the car gets hit, goes off the road, and he's just trying to help. Like he immediately, I guess, assumes that the mom's dead. He doesn't even check for her. Yeah. He just goes right to the back windshield and starts trying to hammer through it with his helmet.
You're saying you're surprised that the child is still alive in the back. I thought you meant surviving the accident. My apologies.
No, it's amazing that she has survived in the back seat because the semi rammed the back of this car. Semi was going probably about 70 and they were stopped. No one's alive in that vehicle. I'm sorry. But the car is pretty much fine. It's just, it looks a little crumpled and is on fire. And then once he starts hammering it with his helmet to get into the car, it explodes.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
And then but to be serious, then he's haunted by that young girl that he failed to save.
Yes. I do want to say, too, just real quick, at the accident, the car explodes and he gets blown back and knocked unconscious in the middle of the road. And he doesn't get hit by any cars.
No, not at all. No. Yeah, he's
somebody
pretty safe.
Happens to find him, and there's no evidence of the woman or her child.
Yeah. That was another weird thing. Is they don't. I can't remember if they couldn't identify the body. There was just no bodies. There
was no bodies. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So it's very weird. Yeah. I couldn't remember if that was the case or if they just couldn't identify who it was. But yeah, he's going slightly insane. He's, trying to figure out who this girl is. He gets contacted by his ex-wife. I think it was his ex-wife. Maybe they were just partners.
I think they were just, a couple. Sister Willow Woodward, played by Kate, Behan. Or Bayhan.
Yan. Yeah. She contacts him. She tells him that she's part of this, weird cult folky thing out somewhere. Probably Washington or Alaska. I don't remember where.
It's it's an island though. I think it's off the Pacific. I think you're right.
It's way the fuck out of his jurisdiction as a highway patrolman.
From California too. He's out of state
Yeah, completely not. And they bring that up a lot too, and it's really hilarious because somebody's just like, "Aren't you a little out of your jurisdiction?" He's like, "I am the law." I mean, he doesn't say that, but he says some crazy fun stuff when people question him.
He's like, "You really think that they're going to care about jurisdiction when we're talking about murder?"
I do believe he does say "I am the jurisdiction" or something like that. Like he does say
"I am justice" or something like that.
I am justice. Yeah, his ex-girlfriend contacted him because her daughter's gone missing. Yes. And what's her daughter's name? Well, I'll pull that up.
I think it's Rowan.
What was it? Rowan. Rowan, you're right. Yeah, Rowan. Rowan Woodward. Erica Shea Gare. But yeah, Rowan has gone missing, and nobody on the island. She is. I think his ex implies that the people on the island took her or something. That there's some kind of the people on the island fucked up is what she's implying, I guess. So he goes there to figure it out. He concurs with that belief that the people on the island are hiding something, and that Rowan is possibly kidnapped, possibly killed somewhere on the island.
Yeah.
And that becomes the movie. It becomes his search for this girl who, spoiler alert, he finds out is his daughter.
Yes.
And so, he's trying to find her, and she also looks creepily like the girl that was killed in the car earlier.
But they not only look very much alike, which it took me a long time to even figure out that it wasn't the same child actor, but they look very much alike. And they're also wearing the same exact clothes. Yeah. But you find out that is just like all the girls on the island wear the clothes. Also, there's no guys on the island. No men. No, that's not true. Actually, there's a lot. There are men, but there's definitely some kind of strange, different social order.
It's more of like a matriarchy because the men, they work, they kind of go to a bar afterwards and drink. I don't think, and I do applaud the movie for this, I don't think many of the men have any lines. No. I think it's just Nick Cage. Yeah, and it's like, I do applaud that, that's nice. That's a good thing.
It is progressive in that way. But I do feel like there might, that somebody could watch this movie and take away, like, women are very bad creatures, and we got to keep them from doing this to men.
Yeah, that is a possible viewpoint. Certainly, I'm sure there have been many a college level essay written about that. Probably. Like, I don't know. It's the weird thing is I saw the '73 original many years ago. I can't remember how long ago it was, but like I heard it was probably around the Lord of the Rings days when I first saw Christopher Lee, or like when he entered my world as an actor, and I was just like, oh my god, this man is awesome. So I wanted to see what he was famous for and all that stuff. And one of those things is The Wicker Man from 1973, where he is really good and really kind of just a little creepy at times. But it's that final scene that sticks with me. There's a lot in that final scene because he is I can't remember exactly because I saw it like 10 to 15 years ago, so I don't remember how much it differs from this version. I mean, it differs in that it's really good. But he's like the leader. He is like the priest figure who's leading the ritual at the end. Yeah, very different. And like I think... So I'll have to research that because I could be wildly wrong and just completely misremembering this movie. But I just remember that ending was just wowing in the original. And, I mean, there is something to a giant burning man. I've always kind of wanted to go to that festival, but at the same time, I don't know.
it's a little scary, I would say. That is too many people's being too high.
Yeah,
personally.
Exactly.
No judgment to your fucking festival. I'm sure you have a ball, but I think I would just have a bad time because I'd be like,
bad trip. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what this one is. I mean, they're both actually like bad trips because the ending gets wild. I will say.
Yeah.
The more Nick Cage's investigation unravels, the more
I do think hallucinogens are involved.
I do believe so. Yeah, I think so. And I don't know. I don't remember the point I was trying to make with the original movie, but it's like that. We were talking about the men, because I think there's more men in the original one.
Gotcha. It sounds like they changed the concept a little bit for this.
Yeah, so I can understand too if that is the viewpoint people walk away with this is like, women are bad, because I don't remember it being that heavily just feminine forward island in the original. Could have been. I don't remember though. But it is a wonderful movie. I think someday it would be fun to do a sequel smash on it, or whatever we called it. It's not
old
a sequel
versus
smash.
New, or we could just do a deep dive on the Wicker Man. We love
the original.
Christopher Lee. Yeah,
he's fucking great. Metal singer.
Yes, he is.
But with this one,
to be fair, he's more of a metal talker, but it's good. I enjoy it.
Beat singer, beat poetry.
Beat metal.
But I don't know. I don't know what to say really. I think that is a good enough synopsis of the story. I don't say we should spoil the ending. Like, I think it's hilarious, and I think you should.
I will say this about it though: it is 100% super predictable. And I think that might be because we've seen more stories like this very recently, kind of inspired by this or the original story in this. Particularly Midsummer, just recently, see a review of Midsummer, very similar plot. So if you've seen that, you've seen this movie, a much better version of this movie.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Like, I do recommend this film for the entertainment. It is very hilarious. Yeah. And like you're gonna have a good time just laughing at everything, because Nick Cage sells the crap out of this movie with his performance. It's so funny. Like, it really is.
It is. Sometimes it is just so ridiculous. Like at first you're like, so he's this tortured character, but he's also a cop, and I don't know.
This tortured character. It's true. It is. He is tortured. It's just that's such a funny description for him.
But like, there also seems like he has this problem with women, because there's that officer that comes by. I forget her name, but she works with him evidently, and she. You know what? I just realized she's the one who gives him the letter, isn't she? Because I think it was delivered to the police station.
Yeah, I think you're right. Maybe she's part of it.
Well, okay. Quick spoiler. Go forward 10 seconds. She's at the ritual scene.
Is
she? Yeah.
Damn. I didn't even see her. I wasn't really paying attention by that point.
But the costumes were really fun. I was like, oh, cool.
She's just so ridiculous. The lead-in, for those who skipped the spoiler there, just so people know, we're talking about a ritual scene.
Okay, yes.
I hope that doesn't spoil the spoiler. But,
no, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think we're good.
We'll see on the listen back.
We have like one really angry comment, like, I skipped the spoiler, what the fuck? No, but there's a ritual scene, and the lead into that ritual scene is the iconic bees scene. You have to get
I didn't watch that version though. Yeah.
You have to get the unedited version. The theatrical version cut out the famous bee scene. The unedited version has the scene where Nick Cage is like, oh no, my eyes! Oh, my eyes! Not the bees! Oh, the bees! And then there's like a bunch of CGI bees just crawling all over his face, and it just looks bad. I had to splurge for the more expensive copy of The Wicker Man so I could see the unedited version, because I love that scene. It is so funny. And it leads into the big ritual scene.
Is that the only thing you get from it, though? Is that it?
I think so. Like, again, I've never watched the theatrical version, so I don't know what's missing. I've only ever watched it, and it's not that much longer. So I would assume it probably is that one scene.
There might be some other things. Like, they probably, like, tested it, and then people were like, that bee scene is ridiculous, man.
Did the edited version have a bunch of, like, weird red herring jump scares and flashbacks? Like, there's a lot of moments where he'll be, like, dreaming, and then he'll have like a jump scare in his dream, and he'll wake up, but he's still in another dream, and then he wakes up and he's back.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. In fact, I actually fucking love that scene where there's the little girl under the dock, and he jumps down there, and he pulls her out, and then he wakes up, and she's still in his arms, and he wakes up, and he's like, God damn it!
Yeah, his performance during that moment was great. Like he delivered a really good goddamn it. It was really fun. But I don't know, I can't stand that scene. It's just I hate fake jumps. You know, like fake scares. Like they scare me for real. Like you can do a dream scare, that's totally doable. But like sell it, make it good. But doing the you woke up into another dream. I hate that. That's like one of my least favorite jump scares, and it pisses me off so much.
This is my exception. If I do dislike that, this is the exception. But I can't tell you. Fair. I've had a lot of double dreams in my life, and they are very frustrating.
I'm willing to accept his reaction to it because him waking up and screaming like that was fucking hilarious.
I laughed so hard.
Yeah, I did too. I'll be honest, I did too. Everything with Nick Cage in this movie I laughed at. It was so he really does sell it. That's the only reason I can recommend people to watch this is like for Nick Cage alone.
It is worth it for him. Yeah. But I do think some of the sisters have they add something. Like Sister Beach, the tavern keeper, played by Diane Delano. I thought she was great. Like there was something about the way they acted. I feel like I feel like this might be what Neil was trying to do too. I don't know. I don't fucking know. So, I feel like they took they tried to take as much of the sexuality out of their performance as they could. Because they're not in a society that sexualizes women. Right. So, I felt for that reason, there was a lot of these characters who did that particularly well. It's like, hey, I'm not a sexual object. I am a human. And I'm going to interact with you like a human.
Hey, and that's good. That's that's great. It's like, I'm maybe the next time I watch this, because I will watch this again. This is one of my favorite go-to. Yeah, it's like one of my favorite go-to bad movies. It's so funny. But like maybe next time I'll watch it and try to like see it from that light. But it's just like most of the time whenever I watch this, it just seems like everybody's just in it for the paycheck. Like every time I watch this, everybody's just like comes in there and it's just like, oh, you're on our island? No one's supposed to be on our island. No one's allowed. Where's that pilot at?
Did kind of feel like, hey, we're just here for the extra minutes that we need to fill.
and you said it too, like, because one thing that I was like I hadn't watched this since I watched Midsummer. But when I saw Midsummer by Ari Aster, when I saw that, I came in having loved Hereditary. It's one of my favorite films of that year, if not my favorite film of that year. I don't remember which year it is, 2018.
I think we did review it, so go check it out.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, we did the freshman episode of those three.
Oh, that's right, yes.
Yeah, with the witch one. And rightfully so. And... But like having seen Midsummer, I was just like, wow, this feels really good. Somehow it felt fresh, even though it is almost the exact same as The Wicker Man beat for beat. Like it has so many similarities, but it's just the so amazing acting. Yeah, the acting, the detail, the amount of detail that went into that society.
Research. You can tell that he knew what this society was all about. This felt like there was a concept to the society, but it was not fully formed. It was not like some kind of ancient thing, which I don't think it was supposed to be some kind of ancient thing. I think Sister Summer's Isle started it, played by Ellen Brewstein. And you meet her much later.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, but that's the thing is like I don't gather anything about the society from the Wicker Man movie. Like
Right.
I watch it, and the only thing I remember is Nick Cage. I don't remember. Yeah. I mean, you're naming off all these sisters. I don't remember who they are. I've seen this movie probably 5 times now. And the only person I remember I remember Rowan, the kid, and I remember Nick, and that's it.
Yeah.
I don't. I remember Frances this time too.
Yeah, because she's very recognizable. What was her character's name?
She was the doctor,
Dr. T.H. Moss.
Dr. the Moss.
Dr. Moss.
Yeah, I mean, she was only memorable because, as you said, she's a memorable face now. Like,
yeah, but also, I do think her performance was a pretty decent one.
And I mean, that's the thing, is again, everybody does a decent performance. Nick Cage does an awesome performance, and he outshines everybody. And
yeah,
the last 40 minutes of this movie are some of the peak Nick Cage material. Like, if you watch a compilation of best Nick Cage moments, you're gonna get probably the last 40 minutes of Wicker Man.
You're probably gonna get it. God damn it!
God damn! Oh no, my eyes! Him saving Rowan. That scene was hilarious. Where he just runs up as a bear and just punches the guy. I love that part. That's so good. Oh man. But no, I give it. I guess to close on it, I give it 2 stars. It's it's a 1-star movie, but the hilariousness of it raises it to 2 stars because it's very rewatchable. You have a good time. It's bad, but it's good bad.
Yeah. I think I will agree with that. I'm a little bit less on the side of that it's bad. I'm really in a gray area on whether or not it's bad, which probably means it's bad. But I think there's redeemable qualities about it.
You're an optimist.
I'm not sure about Nick's performance. I think you're like, oh, it's redeemable because of Nick's performance. It's hilarious because of Nick's masterful performance. Yeah, it's like, it really is the Community joke, and I know I've already said that on this fucking podcast, but is it good or is it bad? Is it?
I don't know, man. Literally, though, you put any other actor in this movie, but you put any other actor in this movie, you're not going to get that kind of performance.
It's a forgettable movie. Yeah, it's a forgettable movie. You're right. Forgettable?
And that's what makes it forgettable. It's a forgettable movie.
I said it twice. It's forgettable without Nick Cage. I will agree to that. It gets a face because it is wholly 100% a watchable movie. And I do think that some people are going to watch it and be like, yeah, I actually think it's very interesting. I think it just needed a little bit more polish. If Ari Aster was directing back then, it would have been better. Yeah,
we would have gotten a prequel of Midsummer, the beginning of the society.
Well,
no, I do like the idea, though, I guess, but just to fully close, I like the idea of a mystery in a secluded place like this,
right?
Like Shutter Island, where
even
it's a cop investigating
society, and this is almost less of what a classic matriarchy is. Because the women are obviously in charge.
With movies like Shutter Island, where you have a cop stuck in an asylum, like a secluded murder mystery kind of thing like this, or in Shutter Island, where it was an escape mystery. Like, that's fascinating. There's so much to build off of. You can make a great horror movie out of that. And I think all the pieces are here for this movie. They were not put together in the right order.
Yeah,
but it's still worth watching. Yeah,
definitely worth a watch. Go check out Wicker Man. If somebody owns it, borrow it.
Yeah, and make sure it's the version that has that copy, the Bees copy.
Yeah, I think I would have enjoyed the extended version a little bit more. Maybe there would be more something. I don't know.
If you do happen to just watch the theatrical copy, you can always go to YouTube and find the Bees scene.
Yes,
it's worth your time.
It's there. Yeah.
It's totally worth your time. I guess that has been the show. If you enjoyed this, if you're looking for more, if you have free time, go on down to patreon.com/greenandfaceless. Check out our tiers. See if you want to look into that. Well, maybe let us know if you want merchandise options. We'll see if we can make that happen.
And if you don't have free time, why are you listening to podcasts? What are you doing? Get back to work.
Maybe throw on an earbud.
I'm just kidding. I love to listen to podcasts while I work.
I don't. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm the Green Traveler from Course.
And I am the Faceless Leon. Safe travels. Thanks for listening. Good night. Green and Faceless on the Couch is a proud production of Fiction Works 19. If you like the show, please show your support by rating and reviewing us on Apple Podcasts. Like, follow, subscribe, wherever you might listen. We also now have a Patreon account. If you feel so inclined to support us in a financial manner, please become a patron by visiting patreon.com/greenandfaceless. You can also find more information about us on our Facebook account or on the FictionWorks 19 Instagram account. Thank you so much for listening.